What's up, guys? Game 4. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really hoping we get a little bit of a closer game. GenG are pulling off a wild comp, to say the least. I mean, they're playing Viego in the Silas, which, yeah, I mean, Viego could definitely win this. I would say the ultimates that Silas has are definitely not bad. People would say that like Gnar will beat out Sion, but honestly, a good Sion, especially if he builds a certain way, like if he builds Eclipse, for instance, to be able to fight, it's very doable for him to win. Varus Bard, it's okay. Not the greatest, but it's okay. Overall, I would say that their comp just seems very obnoxious for Zyra. Like, unless Red Side is able to do much in the first 20 minutes, they're probably screwed. And it also is a little weird game for me to see on-hit Varus when it's like, wouldn't poke Varus be infinitely better into Zyra, into a bot lane that's just, it's Pantheon Jhin. Like, to me, it doesn't really make sense to go on-hit. And this is like the second time I've seen this where just, I think there was an LPL 80 that did the same thing. That just, again, doesn't make sense. For lane swaps, I could see GenG doing a lane swap, especially because it's Sion. And Sion has a natural advantage in the swap, so if they're doing it for that sake, cool. Does he necessarily need a swap into Gnar? No.
The Karthus match, that's the only other thing that was in my head as we loaded into this one, but nothing that crazy. But remember, this is your tournament life on the line. This is also kick up on the line. This is first. They're
not gonna do a really weird swap where like they have Sion leashing for. Oh god, they are. Okay, so they're doing something way different than I was expecting. They're doing something where like Sion helps accelerate Karthus's clear. Nope, they're not doing that either. He is just going mid.
And we'll make him a little bit tankier, a little tough to deal with. He's going to be dual laning with the lane swap, so something really frustrating as well. I mean, my thought is, if this were like a top lane matchup, I would feel like very good about the Viego into the Silas, because Silas is very nice first, right?
Are they sure they couldn't have Sion literally just plain?
He's like, alright, see you later, buddy. He's a level 1 Gnar, he's going to be level 2. And now already flashes away from the binding as Girl does take the aggro. Here comes the TP, down to the bottom side, Keen trying to get in there and get aggro himself, as there is first blood comes in, Keen able to flash.
Oh, he lived. They're also going to kill Sion to dive him again, so he can't go back. That was weird, though. Because I think in a lot of cases, Sion could just sit and take XP top. Even if he dies, he'll take the wave. So you're already pretty happy. Your dive is heavily dependent on the Sion being there. And yeah, I mean, when did Panth like actually look to recover? Because they had knowledge that Sion was showing here, and at this point, Sion is not making it top. Like, he really isn't, so he's gonna be mid lane. So if that's the case, shouldn't Pantheon just base? Like, he doesn't need to show top. He could have just literally ran bot or base to go bot already. The only problem, I guess, is that he doesn't hit level 2. But how important is it for Pantheon to hit level 2 and then go bot? Because he probably would just start W. And that's all he needs, is W. I wonder what's better. Because, yeah, he could have been here already. He could have been here. And then for sure they're not diving him. But he's late, so they do dive him. And now, of course, they're getting zoned. And yeah, like, tactically the Sion could just die, and they could go for it. They actually have to send Zyra down here, which is okay, because Zyra, like, clears really quick. Don't like Delight, just like base checks. I know he's trying to cancel their bases, which ends up becoming like, maybe it's worth because he used his flash to do it, but it was a little spooky. So they're having Varus solo lane against the Gnar. A little cheeky by Duro. I kind of like it though. I mean, like, Duro's just chilling with the Karthus, and they're just playing for the camps and trying to make things work. The only downside is that he puts so much focus on stealing the camps that, yeah, he needs to go clear. Like, he just needs to clear a whole bunch of camps. So he could do Raptors into his top side, and then can they play for Grubs? Like, can the Varus get involved in this situation? Or can they play with the Scion? The Scion does not have TP. They're trying to take one grub and dip. So that was what that's how they saw this. They knew that they were not going to be able to play for this, right? The Silas has the base. Oof. Can Zeka actually keep his HP higher? Because he's full HP at 530 before grubs, so he should never try to do any like shitty trades on mid. Just stay healthy, and they could probably keep all 3 grubs. But he actually takes a bad trade, and now they only get 2. So the Karthus will do Gromp and Wolves in base. That's what he should do. He should just do these Gamps and base. If they can play for Raptors, cool, but it doesn't look like it. He's actually gonna go do his Raptors, so he must not really have a buy. If he's doing, or sorry, not, he's gonna do his Krugs. So if he's doing his Krugs, then yeah, he guess he just does not have a buy. Or that gold translates into something more. I'm not really sure. Like, I wish they would show the gold all the time for the junglers and for, I mean, just everyone, because then, like, you can actually understand where they're at.
You know, take away so confidence much, but I haven't been fully convinced by Diego. Yeah, not Silas. Yeah, I think. Yeah, and the Silas. You know, one other thing about this, you know, we look back to the draft of Vans against Peanut, he won't have Diego anymore either, by the way. Moving forward, if GenG wins this game, you know, yeah, you know, just another small little fearless edge they were able to pick up, so I think that's still decent, but I'm still looking for the reason myself, you know? I mean, if you ever felt like a jungler or any pick was a little bit, you know, iffy in their jungle pool, as the light is going to get followed by the champion. If you ever felt that way, you should be practicing his champs in mid lane. Right? I will say, I think that's more of a thing earlier in the series. I feel like when you 2-1 down and you have to win every game, it's a bit risky to do it just for denial. Like, you do a game 4 pick at the denial for game 5 is a little scary. For sure. Like, you know, Peanut will actually need to play a jungler next game if they just win. Yeah, that's the concern I have, but I mean, it's early. Joey, he's gonna farm well. I think Diego, he's not gonna be able to, you know, trade well right now, but eventually he will. Meanwhile, he is the counter to Viper's Jhin. He's the guy who's going to be standing in the front. This isn't quite like some other Jhin games we saw recently.
The flow of this game is pretty good for GenG. Like, for how I feel about this game going, like, if they're steadily getting through the early game, like I said in, like, when I did the draft talk, or like the comp talk, because I didn't talk about the draft, right? I just talked about like how their compositions are and their champions are. They're pretty happy about the outcome. So they get another Grubby. I doubt they can get more than that. Kind of overextending, they kill themselves, finally they get a moment. Oh, that sucks. Oh shit, that sucks. He picked up a few kills. And the Varus and the Viego are in a good spot. And the Karthus, like, I mean, he dies, but in the end of the day, like I said, like, he just needs to keep getting more farm so he can actually get his items. Duro's doing pretty good. This is definitely not a bad game by Duro. Duro's, like, all over the map. He's getting vision for them. He's harassing people constantly, which is, like, again, very obnoxious. Kind of blows that Ruler's dying this way. I mean, the Jhin pushed out top, and then he fogged. So he could base or he could go mid. You're not really entirely sure. But Jhin does show here. You know the Silas also fogged. He doesn't contest him outright, right? Ah, dude.
Sneaking around the left side, Ruler in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have his flash, but they're just missing.
I mean, low key, if he just gets hit by the E, it's even worse. So, yeah, and that kind of sucks. No TP to recover top.
He's gonna try to make it work. He's that play earlier, and you know it's kind of sad for Duro because he's like, I was saved my jungler, you know, Canyon flashes to buffer the stun, and then Duro's like, come with me! And they both get trapped, but then the Chains of Corruption hits Zeka. The ult comes in, the reset potential, everyone's squishy, everyone's low. It's so scary for HLE.
Yeah, and Ruler obviously has a lot of range, so he can play that fight over the wall.
It is what it is. We don't really need to see a repeat of these plays, technically, but they're going to show it to us.
So eventually you're just dead. He played around excellently there, so props to Zeka, even though the skill shots weren't there, the actual play was great. Chains, they're getting themselves very close to Ruler as it goes. The Zyra gonna take out Peanut, that is the
I mean, Mr. Peanut?
I am still Silas, so eventually
They're on Dragon. The Gnar's behind with no Mega. Does not look like a fun fight. The Scion even has it, like, they got the Dragon ready. So that's it. You just run. Just run. I mean, he's just getting debated. And the Varus picked up the kill. I mean, did they get debated? I mean, even if the Karthus is dying, it's really whatever. It's just because he hits this. But technically, the Zyra doesn't even have to full R, like, on top of him. She could actually do it even a little bit closer to herself before getting in range. She also definitely could just flash the Verisar as well, to be honest. She could just flash the Verisar. Maybe it's not too bad for them. Oh, that looked really wacky. It looked like it was not going to hit. What? That, I don't know if he's just like a fucking genius, but like the way he threw it, I know it's like based on like this, so I guess it caught her. But man, that maybe he's just that good. But yeah, I mean, they have the Panth coming, which is why they're saying fight. And does this actually even turn out that well for them in the end? No, he's dead.
The Skittle will hit onto the Gnar. Viper just gonna take out Zyra, who was very deep in there.
I mean, you got the dragon, but the Karthus also got a kill, and the Varus got a kill. I don't know. He doesn't really feel that great. I understand why they were fishing for it, but like, I mean, if Gnar was closer to Mega, maybe this would look better. Like I said, if Zyra just flashed the R, despite it not looking like it's gonna hit her, and she's just like being as scared as she was, maybe it would look better. Oh, there goes Duro. Unfortunately for Duro, so the other death was not his fault, but this one, yeah, I mean, obviously that one was his fault. Nice pick off by them. How did they know that? Canyon. You should know better. So they get the Herald off that play. So they get the Herald off his int, or does... Oh my god! Wait. He just dies like that? So Chobi's coming around from top. He shows here now. And Viper has Cleanse. So at this point, Viper should just run left. Like... Yeah, he should just run left. He sees him. He's on his radar. Just run left. He literally could just run left at this point. He's fine. If he gets R'd, he just cleanses. Kind of just runs into this guy. I don't know why. But now they're just all dead. He'll give the kill over. Oh my god! All the carries are just getting the kills, man. Bard is taking none, Sion is taking none. It's just the carries. It's so rough. It's so rough.
Now, that's the thing you were mentioning before, Wolf, where it's like this Viego, not only does he have extra gold, he's got extra levels, he's level 12, you know, coming behind Viper, who's extremely fast, the only reason Viper was able to be level 12, but having a Viego be this strong, generally it's the junglers like waiting desperately to pick at the, you know, he's like very squishy, that's why we call him Paper Man, he's like just trying to be a vulture and pick on top of the low targets and get some resets, but no, it's Chobi that leads the charge.
Yeah, and top farm in the game, Chobi is definitely Chobiing. And also, it's Infernal Soul, which I feel like slows the anti, because obviously it's high value, but also Anton gets it, it's just gonna explode everyone. Like Karthus with that, it's just Jin as well. Like the base damage becomes obscene, so he's gonna be setting up this dragon that's coming up, plus the fact that it's gonna be a 3 Infernal Soul, some of those additional stats as well, to split 1-1 in the first race. Terror is gonna charge through the mid lane. I don't know if they quite have enough damage to take it out though on this wave. No, not quite able to get that. This does open up this dragon. Not a lot of vision here. Oh, he's caught back range. He's gonna flash out though.
Well,
but he has to utilize his ult. He doesn't have to, but he gets out of there. But again, none of that really matters. What matters here is that
I don't know, guys. I mean, like, I'm not saying as much in this game, I'll be honest. And that's mostly just because it's just... It's 8-8. It should be a lot... Like, it should feel closer, right? Based on this, on these grounds. But it's just the way the comps... Like I said, it's the way the comps are built that it's just... It just can't be that way. I mean, they're using Herald to enter into Dragon, right? Their Scion leaves the bot side to move over. He doesn't have good items to fight Silas. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So Scion's with us. Yeah, he probably should have hit his... Okay, he does hit his sweeper. But we use sweeper at the same time? Hopefully not. This guy gets caught by a beautiful ruler ulti. Cool. This heals the dragon. Sick. Gnar's hitting top, so we have to recover it, and we need to cover mid. So the Scion decides to cover the top. He has TP in what, like 40 seconds or something, but Otacon is coming up then. Do I want my Viego on bot side or my Sion on bot side?
Have to, but
Personally, I feel like I would send the Viego top.
But he has to utilize his ult. He doesn't have to, but he gets out of there. But again, none of that really matters.
And then you could play for the top turret, technically, with that build out. And then the Sion would have TP to play on top side while you're playing for Otacon, and that seems very good. Yeah, I probably would keep the Sion bot. I know, like, in their heads, maybe they're thinking they're going to play for this turret now. But, like I said, if he's down here, he's just going to hold it. And we need to play to recover this anyways. Like, we have to play for this. But do I really want to play with Sion in the lane? No, not really. Do I like that Sion could literally come from the river and press R and choo-choo train the fuck up here? Yeah, I do like that. Does he need a buy? No, not really. Like, I don't know. For me, I don't really like it. And since they decided to take the bot turret at this point, like, Bard can, like, man, the problem is, like, they need to recover mid, though. They need to recover mid. And also, Karthus should base. They can definitely save this turret. Karthus just has to hit B now. And technically, like I said, Viego could already be basing to go top. So Bard Viego would be in your face. Viego has kills, like, he's strong. And the Karthus would be coming shortly after with R. The only way I see this is if you're going to keep Viego bot is that, yeah, then the Sion should base sooner. And then you're looking to do a cross-map play with TP because Silas has no TP. And maybe that's the angle, because he has no TP, right? No TP. So you have this advantage, and perhaps, and the Bard can, like, get behind you pretty easily. And if the Sion is down here, he can just R onto you because he still has it. That, and you have Karthus R, right? To always, like, add depth. That could be a thing. That actually could be a thing. Which play I like more? Because the TP, the cross-map TP play, the only thing that's, like, unfortunate is that they just don't really have vision, so it's like, you have to really, like, and hope you're going to chase down anyone here. And the main target would be Zyra, who has no flash. But everyone else has flash, so if they just flashed your Bardar, you don't really want to burn your TP that way. But also you have TP on Sion coming up, so Sion would still be bot lane, and you'd be fine. It's probably just better to do the Viego recovery plan, honestly. Like, it's just a more guaranteed, like, you don't lose the turret, you take over, everything's chill. Compared to what they did here. Obviously, these guys just started, but I don't think they should do it. I mean, like, because, like, the first thing in their head is probably like, should we do it? Like, they're still bot lane. It's like, no. It would not be smart. So they still keep the Viego bot and the Sion top.
Yeah, he's still here. Says go off over the top, but wait, Requiem. Is it enough? Not quite, because he goes Mega as well. Oh, barely survive. Very nice dodge at the end. Now Chobi getting in that spot. Level 14 can punish the TPs come in. The Bard's stolen by Zeka. Gonna keep Chobi around. Everybody's rolling forever. As now Zeus gonna find that spot.
What just happened?
The TPs coming in. The Bard's stolen by Zeka. Gonna keep Chobi around, but everybody's golden forever. As now Zeus
wow.
Get the timing down.
Wow. What? I mean, so Chobi goes bot and he instantly fights this guy. He actually almost kills him, which is pretty impressive.
Says gonna hop over the top, but look at this. Now we get a Requiem. Is it enough? Not quite, as he goes Mega as well.
Technically, he actually could have flashed on him, and maybe he actually would have killed him.
Oh, nice dog.
Yeah,
but if I'm looking for how these guys are moving, like, the Karthus is still bot lane doing his clear, so, like, they have no real possibility of taking over top besides having that ward, which this ward is amazing. I mean, this ward definitely is, like, a hero, because seeing them not on Otacon gives you a lot of confidence to do this bot play. And so they lean over. He's super low. I mean, it's not bad. What he's doing, it's not bad. At this point, they should just pump into Keen. In all honesty, they should just start pumping into Keen. I think it's fine to look one time on this guy, But I definitely feel like they should just start attacking Keen. Like, this happens, okay. Who's in charge of trying to kill this guy? He has flash, so he's probably going to instantly flash when something happens. Do we have the burst to do it? No. No. Like, the best thing that could happen is, like, Silas goes over... Silas goes over the wall. That's, like, probably the best thing that could happen. He knows the Jhin is, like, trying to get it, too. What? Was that Jhin? All Jin's 4 shots? 1, 2. So he stopped because he got worried about Varus. But if I'm looking for where Jhin is approaching from, you know, technically the Jhin could still be rolling out to the right to get into the Scion, and that probably would be better. And so you can start hitting the Scion, and then if they do get away, then it's probably fine. Yeah, I don't know. They probably could optimize this a little bit better, but very impressive by GenG to actually just outplay it. Like, as much as I'm trying to think about how you, like, fix this, it was still just well played by GenG on getting out of it.
Yeah, I think so. And this passage play was kind of comical. It reminds me back to Stopwatch of the Ruin. Every fight was goal of stasis, but a double delay, and then the mist slightly mistimed ultimate. To be fair, I think he's trying to use it before Mega die down before he got punished. And Toby just get away, and then the turnaround is so big.
Just quick flash out of the temper victory. Blast. I'm gonna blast it. I have to use flash here. Yeah, Hydro's trying to keep him alive there. He's like, ultimately, I'm still gonna flash out of this one. Just once again. Toby does have TP. I think they want to get it. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's you don't have to overextend for this, but from behind it is kind of scary.
The thing is, I don't think GenG ever needs to TP Toby in because the threat of the icon is so big, combined with the Karthus ult. And also, Toby doesn't need to be there to start the fight. He just needs to be there at the end of it, and he will clean up. So I think it's kind of like a null threat coming out from HLE. I think GenG sees through it.
GenG definitely reading them quite well on this one. As
when GenG gets a lead, this I'm very curious what their conversion rate is for winning games from ahead and then from one behind. I'd be very curious. I mean, you probably could look up on Games of Legends to see like what their actual win rate is when that's the case. Because when these guys get ahead, I just feel like they're so on top of things. It's like they just know how to run the map. They really do.
There's so much vision control around this icon, and yes, it is a high value objective. But you can see how like esports they have their eyes set on this Infernal. And remember, guys, Toby is not the jungler. He is not as might as the mid lane Diego, so he can't just kind of sneak this one away solo.
This is weird. I thought it'd be a smart play because Toby can solo the dragon and threaten it. So you threaten that, and on the other side you take the icon, but Rula wasn't in position, so it's just gone and they're so slow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mystery here from GenG on the prioritizing.
So I actually have. For one, how much HP is this? This thing has about the same amount as HP. Actually, this thing might have more HP than Baron. Because what is Baron's HP here? It has more HP than Baron. So Otacon has more HP than Baron. It's a scarier objective, though I will say I'm pretty sure this is the Baron that like swings hard. I'm pretty sure this is the Baron that like hits like a truck. So if that's the case, then Scion would have to be here to like actually tank it. Because I was gonna say there's a world where you could just hit the Baron, and the Baron is a lot better objective to get. It's also an easier objective to get. Can they not contest the dragon? Because all they need is a ward on Otacon. That's all they need. And when they start the Otacon, the Mega is up, which is a little spooky. And they're pulling it to the left versus pulling it down, which is weird. And the Scion should be present, obviously. So like, I feel like they should be hitting it here. The Varus can hit here. Karthus can hit here. Dude, but that position is so awkward. Honestly, they just need the Scion here. Because the biggest issue is, like, you want to be able to control this entire space. So they don't even, like, enter, right? Like, you're just stopping them from entering. But once you pull it to, like, one of these sides, like, you have to be, like, one, obviously there's the risk of it being a 50-50 flip on, like, the pull. And then, of course, the other is just that it's just awkward. You know, like, especially because they don't have a tank, like, they need to run away. And then it might leash back this way, so now you have to run back in. It's just kind of awkward for us to actually pulling it in the center. Though, like I said, it's not necessarily bad if it's like in other areas. It's just not the most ideal. But yeah, I really wish the Scion was with them, man. Because like the Scion not being with them is just why is this like objective kind of blows. And now with Drag coming up, everyone should just reset for it. Like as long as we have a ward on Otacon, like we should just be playing for Drag like everyone else. But they're not here. They're still like focusing on Otacon, which I don't know if like they have like a high, like because like they had the. It looked like they thought that they would contest the Otacon again, and they would not be caring about the dragon, so the Viego could just solo it. But like, okay, cool, we got Otacon. The enemy team now waits 2 minutes and waits for you to int, and that's it. Their idea is like, okay, well now we're gonna start Baron because we have Otacon. Keep in mind, I don't know why HLE is just not getting vision for this. Like, the only thing they need to know is, like, are they on Baron? That's the only thing you need to worry about. And if you're Delight, the Varus is on mid, too. What was that thing that I just saw, that red thing? I have no idea what that is. Jhin has no blue. The light has 4 wards. It's 3 wards. It's free, so we have 2 wards left. So once we get a ward on Baron, he wants to base. He gets cancelled. They're gonna take top turret, that doesn't matter. He should base on a brush with a pink, so no one knows.
Forced into contesting this Baron, GenG already making moves over to it, and with Canyon there and Ruler there from the start, this will go down.
I mean, they have to take this over. I mean, they know that this is definitely like a thing that can happen.
To get up here, and so this is weird because I thought.
And did they overcommit? Because technically the Gnar,
so it's just gone, and they're so slow to move over to Attica.
the Gnar has TP, so the Gnar should still be bought. Or Silas. One of these two should be balling because it's so awkward that we're losing the bot push, so someone has to go top bot. We lost the top push naturally, so someone has to go top. And we're late on the mid. It just really turned out really well for GenG, no? Like someone needed to go bot to fight this off, so like this is not so awkward. Naturally, this was gonna happen. This was gonna happen. This probably shouldn't have happened. This will happen. Okay, that will happen. And then the Pantheon should base on a pink, so they don't know that he actually based. And then, yeah, you'll have a ward here. The second the ward dies, you're like poised to look to fight for this. And it is what it is. The Gnar has Mega. I mean, that was really well played by GenG, I guess, in the end. Because, like I said, I don't think Otacon is necessarily worth more than the Dragon, personally. But it is if you really have that much control over topside, and the Baron's coming up, and the enemy team hasn't even taken the chance to get vision on it, because Dai could have left sooner. Dai really could have left sooner. Also, if they know that this Baron trucks, like hits like a truck, Pantheon actually probably could have based with 2 wards in his pocket, and because Varus was so late, and the Baron was not going to be dead.
You have to wait 5 seconds, so not able to pick up the 200 gold either.
I feel like the fact they already have the Baron is more than enough. Honestly, that's one of the things with Baron is that like you want to push, you want to take objectives, but the fact that Attica and Baron makes so hard to contest, and yet I feel like it's kind of committed at this point. He's looking for it, and he gets the flash from Duro, but it just feels like he's not going to have the impact on his champion. And Duro's doing more and more as the game goes on.
Oh yeah, and here, his extra setup on the Viper actually just ends up like, taking Viper out of the fight, ends up putting the front back elsewhere. As you see here, takes Viper out. Gives a lot of space, obviously, because Viper can heal here a little bit. They get second to stopwatch, so he does end up withdrawing, but also get kill on his AS, and they just force their way through to take out this inhibitor turret. And there's so much over GenG. Flash on in, and these is here, but Peanut has just been farmed right now by GenG. 4 kills in a row, it feels like. As the Zyra not quite hitting the mark. And GenG's getting even more value out of their push. You can see the damage is already done by the Requiem, and you just have to back off. You only have 3 people there. Zeka not even near.
My verdict for this game, honestly, I mean, these guys really, it's just, the game's over, right? Everyone's dead. The MVP of this game is, honestly, it's probably Chovy. Like, Chovy really led a lot of plays, and then it's also Duro. I think Duro had a much better game for how this went. For the worst player of the game, honestly might be Delight. Zeus was pretty invisible, but it is what it is. It could also be Peanut. But it might be Delight. Because Delight really didn't get anything done. Didn't feel like he had much going on at all. Not nearly as good as like the other situations. It may be Peanut. Maybe. Because this was not great. This was like okay, bad. This was okay, bad. This was just okay. This was good. He was good. He was just okay. He was good. He was really, really good. He was good. He was okay good. That's kind of how I picture this, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, like I said, when GenG gets an advantage, it really does feel like they just kind of run right through you. And this game was very close still. It was very close. It was just, again, it's like the composition, the comps, where like the Zyra and this guy don't really like face check the best. And Pantheon isn't really a great face checker either. I know he has E, but like he's not that tanky. So like what do? Like you have to win the skirmishes in early game, so like you actually have first moves, but you don't have first moves, you're getting caught, and it is what it is. Actually, I should say he's okay good, because he had some really good Verisars. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how the ending of this series is, but it's high level. I mean, this is definitely coming to like these small moments, which is like how you know it's high level. But damn, I hope some guys give us a little bit of a better fight.